Is it working? So I just had to move it like a little bit to the left. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're good. So I'm gonna make this quick. I'm not gonna wait for anybody to come in. This is just the easiest way for me to get these videos recorded because of the way that I have to, the reception that I have over here. But I just wanted to come to you all and let you all know why Ghana did what they just did and why it was just such a quick one and done, in and out kind of situation. It clearly was, giving the impression that it was facilitated and set up by many people for just a surefire thing that was going to be a go through, a go ahead, no matter what the situation is. And that's because it was, and it's because it was cover for the betrayal of Africa. How, through a security contract or deal that is being brokered or has been brokered officially between Ghana and the entire EU. Came across this African man's video, and he was talking about how he was jumping for joy. He was just so distraught. Talking about how he was jumping for joy because of the recognition of Africans in the Atlantic slave trade, not foundational Black Americans, not, the Black people in general who have just been, pushed all over the world. No, he was jumping for joy, in this African man said in his video, because he was, happy about the resolution. And then he's like distraught, defeated, because he finds out that there's this deal that is brokered between Ghana and the EU, the entire European Union. So I find it ridiculous because this is what we did, and he even admitted he said in the video, we're our own worst enemy. He started off saying African man, then of course he had to bring us into it. He's like, the Black man, the African man, our own worst enemies, and I'm just like, what did we do? We've been over here trying to delineate because we saw this very thing, this very type of shit coming. We saw it coming down the pike. And here we are, and it's happening, and you all helped and facilitated it, and you really just used it as a cover, or allowed them to use it as a cover to allow infiltration into Africa by these European unions. Because now the European Union, or these European countries, because now the European Union has brokered a deal with your Ghana. So now Africa is going to be run soon, rather than later, I'm sure, by Europe, by European countries who are all a part of the European Union. It's a security deal. It's a security deal between the two of them. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I keep saying, there are so many things I want to talk about. I want to talk about white supremacy and how that is related, because I saw this, I read something this morning about a deal between Ukraine and I think it's Saudi Arabia, one of the countries where we've got one of our stations in, one of our American stations based or whatever, that's been receiving backlash because of the war in Iran and all this good stuff that was started by Israel. What do you call it? They just brokered a deal with Iran, or no, with Saudi Arabia. So now they are able to, it's also a security deal. It's like a weapons deal. So they're, making certain that they can keep running, Ukraine, even past us not being workable and helping them out, you know what I'm saying? After we basically set them up in that NATO situation that got them in the war with Russia. So it's crazy. It's really crazy if you think about it, because it's just all these people, and this is why I say white supremacy will keep running. We keep fighting with each other, but white supremacy will continue to keep running. Whether America makes it out of this situation, I don't know. I mean, I hope we do. I hope we figure out and get our wits about us and figure it out. But whether we do, white supremacy will keep running. You do know that we're the new kids on the block, America. You know what I'm saying? We're the new kids on the block. So, everybody else, Europe is the one who, started whiteness. In a sense, they started colonialism and imperialism based on white people. going to non-white countries and doing these things. So, it's just what it is. So it's like at the end of the day, I don't know. I find it ridiculous because it's like, this is what we knew. We knew that there was no reason that the UN was going to overwhelmingly vote for something like this if there wasn't something else tangible behind it. And now we see what they got with this resolution. This resolution that, Europeans just so easily signed off. Well, they actually just abstained. But like that everybody allowed to pass through in the UN. Well, now the EU is about to take over Africa because of the deal that Ghana just made. It's ridiculous. So Africans are running around saying that they've been sold out and betrayed by Ghanaians and all this other stuff. And I've been sitting over here like, I told you about my professor. Like, I keep telling you about my professor. But like, it is what it is. And if I sound like I'm repeating myself sometimes, it's because people are coming in and going out. But because this is the live video originally, I'm going to post it to my page after I go live. But, conclude the stream. But this is just crazy. This is exactly what we've been saying. This is exactly what we said was going to be the case, that, we needed to fight for our oaths or our dues. In this country, what do you all have to do with us fighting for reparations from the country that wronged us and our people for generations? And yes, it's rooted in slavery, but it's not just slavery. You have nothing to do with that. We are trying to get reparations from our own country. So you come over here and you're supporting this, and you don't even know that the rug is being pulled from underneath your ass. Now your whole country, your whole continent at this point possibly is up for grabs because the EU is already legally, contractually able to be in there doing security information and surveillance and all kinds of stuff because Ghana has allowed them with this security deal that they made with the EU. At the same time that they passed this African reparations resolution, y'all was sitting up here jumping for joy. So many Africans were jumping for joy about it. At the same time, they're giving your country, your whole continent away. It's crazy. They're signing deals with the EU so that the EU can have take security measures in Africa, starting in Ghana. That is big. I just watched this African dude's video and he's like going crazy about it because he's like upset. He's like, we're our own worst enemy and Africans are our own worst enemy. And then he throws in the black man too. He's like, the black man is also our own worst enemy, but Africans are our own worst enemy. And it's like, you're mad? Like, y'all sat up here and jumped for joy. He was just talking about how he was like so excited yesterday and everything because of the news of the reparations bill or the resolution or whatever. And then he finds out that, as he put it, Ghana sold out Africa, betrayed Africa. And I'm like, wow, because they did a security deal with the EU, European Union, at the same time. The same European countries that make up this European Union who abstained from voting with the resolution to recognize reparations or African, slavery, not foundational Black American slavery, not recognizing the people who have been sent all over the world and have now been, foundational to these countries in America and what have you. Not them, just Africans in general. Ridiculous. I'm gonna leave it at that.